Alright guys, and welcome to my next video. This video is going to be a little overview on the game Life is Strange. Life is Strange is a graphic third-person game which is made by Dontnod Entertainment. They're a French game developer, and they brought us titles in the past such as Remember Me. I personally haven't got round to playing Remember Me, but I looked online and I saw that it was basically slated across the board and didn't really receive any critical acclaim. However, I do have to say that I am pleasantly surprised with the quality of Life is Strange, and not just the quality of the game mechanics but the quality of the story. The story in the game has to be one of the best that I have played in years. So here's a few reasons why. The developers don't cut any corners with dialogue. I remember a quotation from a writer. I'm not too sure on who the writer is, but it's in order to have a believable story, you need to have believable dialogue and free-flowing dialogue, obviously. And the thing is, this game really does have that. It is based in a school, Blackwell Academy, where the main character, Max, is a photography student, and basically the game includes all them like high school dilemmas, all them feuds and different relationships with different people in the school. Something I have to give credit to the developers for is that they definitely have their influences right. They're taking heavy influence from the Walking Dead games, from The Wolf Among Us, from Heavy Rain, from Fahrenheit, things like that. With the game mechanic in game, the way you rewind time, it's fairly simple. On the PC version, you hold down the right click and a little spiral spins at the top left of your screen, and as it spins there'll be certain black markers, like black dots, that will appear on that, and they are certain actions which will have changed the course of the story, or significant actions in the story that you can go back and change. Or if you see something happen and you want to stop it happening or put something in place of that event, you can do that by rewinding time. So it's a very, very smart game. Probably one of the cleverest I've played in a long time. So early on in the game, we find out that Max used to live in Arcadia Bay in Oregon, and she returns to Blackwell Academy with her photography scholarship 5 years later. When she left Arcadia Bay, she left one of her best friend Chloe at the time, and to her knowledge she knows that Chloe still is in Arcadia Bay, so eventually it's going to be a matter of time before she tracks her down. A real good thing that I love about this game and the story is that it has a very good way of building on everything. Like at the start of the game, Max enters a nightmare where she sees the lighthouse in Arcadia Bay down by the coast, and a ship goes into the lighthouse and the lighthouse starts to like break down, and she sees, as she looks over the cliff, she sees a tornado. And basically as she awakes from this nightmare, which is literally about 30 seconds into the game, you are in this classroom, the photography classroom, with a lot of the different people from the game, and you know the bare bones minimum about them to begin with, and you kind of get a rough idea as to how people's character is going to develop. But then the game has a good way of like completely fucking you over with that, because not everything is predictable. As you leave the classroom, you go down the hallway, and then you need to like freshen up in the girls' toilets, so you go down to there, and then you see something happen, a main part of the story. So for anybody that doesn't want any spoilers, you better turn this video off. So Max is in the bathroom after having a bit of a rough day at Blackwell Academy, and she goes into the toilet to freshen up and sort herself out, and basically she hears a load of people shouting, and she hides behind the 4 cubicles in the bathroom, and a guy comes in who starts talking to himself, who sounds very like very psychotic, very paranoid, and basically he starts screaming, and then the girl comes in after him, telling him, I know what you've been doing here, I know you've been pumping drugs and stuff in around the school. And he goes crazy, and then he brandishes a gun, and then he ends up shooting the girl. Now at this point, Max is very annoyed that she didn't do anything about this at this time, and as she puts her hand out, she essentially rewinds time and doesn't realise she's done it, and then she awakes from her nightmare again. However, she knows what's going to happen previously. So for this game, me being a sci-fi fan, I absolutely love the idea of changing the space-time continuum, being at a different place you shouldn't be in a alternative timeline, and the idea of the butterfly effect, where a small change at the start of a process will significantly change the large output of a process. So the game is very good at doing things like that, as well as that certain interactions and conversations in the game with people will alter the outcome of the story in the game, and they will change. Different people will change their attitude towards you accordingly because of this, which I think is very, very, very good. And yeah, the game is just great. I can't wait for the second part. I probably will do a let's play on this game. But until next time, people, goodbye.